Josh? Josh?
Heart attacks, seizures, drowning, electric shocks and snake bites are all situations that we fear, but unfortunately these situations are reality for many people in their lives. If you are watching this and have not yet taken a first aid course, I advise you to listen closely. First aid could help somebody you know and care about from ending up here, or even here. First aid is a very complicated subject, and that is why proper first aid training is very important.
I think it's important that every person is trained in first aid so that if they come across a situation, then they can manage the person and hopefully keep them alive and comfortable until an ambulance arrives.
Year 12 students are required by Education Queensland to have a basic knowledge of CPR, and we provide that. We as a school ensure that all our teacher aides have first aid and all key personnel in areas where there is potential danger.
Anthony Little, Principal of Workplace First Aid Training, has been teaching first aid for 21 years.
The importance of first aid is that somebody has to keep you alive until the ambulance turns up. In some countries like Germany, you have to have a first aid certificate before you're allowed to drive a motor vehicle. In Australia, the government doesn't seem to think it's very important. Very sad. What are some accidents can be treated with first aid? Anything from bites and stings to dislocations to broken arms and legs, all the way up to heart attacks. We've doubled the success rate of CPR in the last 5 years. More people know how to do CPR, and you'll find defibrillators at most public centres.
A very important thing to have in every household is a first aid box or kit. A common first aid kit should include band-aids, a bandage, a cooling pack, some disposable gloves, antiseptic wipes, a pair of tweezers, a pair of scissors, some underarm deodorant as a coolant spray, some pure honey for burns, if needed an EpiPen, a small torch, some super glue for cuts, some Glad wrap for covering up burns, and some spare change just in case you need to use a payphone. Now, just because you have a first aid kit doesn't mean that's the end of it. You should also know what to do in certain situations and how to perform first aid.
I think every individual has personal responsibility to have some idea on how to manage any situation that they come across.
It's obviously a good idea to have that basic knowledge, and I think everyone should have CPR, yes.
Yes, it is important because I might be the next person to fall over. I'm still riding motorbikes and scuba diving, so the more of you who can do first aid, the longer I'm going to live, and that's very important.
So remember, do the best you can in any possible situation, always try, and never run away. I'm Liam Miller, and this has been Kid Witness News.